Hi, my name is Camilo Malagon. I'm a pharmacy student and I'm cursing the ninth semester. The topic that I'm going to tell you is about the high price of the newest drugs developed for cancer treatment. Cancer is a group of diseases characterized by uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells. If the spread is not controlled, it can result in death. Cancer can be caused by external factors like alcohol, cigarettes, chemical substance, radiation, and infections. Another internal factors independent for each person. The development of most cancers requires multiple steps that occur over many years. Certain types of cancer can be prevented by eliminating exposure to cigarettes and other factors that start or accelerate this process. Other potential cancers can be detected before cells become cancerous, or at an early stage when the disease is more treatable. According to estimates from the International Agency for Research on Cancer, it is calculated that in 2000 years died about 7 million people because of cancer. For 2008, this number raised to 30 million of persons, and is expected to increase to 20 million by 2030 year. This increase is naturally related with the rapid population growth, enhanced by factors like the bad eating habits or with the consumption of substances like alcohol and cigarettes. This disease affects men and women equally, and is widely distributed in the 5 continents. The organs that are affected most often include the lungs, breast, stomach, prostate, and liver, but it is a disease that can appear anywhere on the body. This shows the increasing need to provide people with effective treatments to preserve their lives. Medical science has shown recently an important advance in the development of new drugs for cancer treatment. The newest molecules founded for this issue are proved to be more effective than their predecessors, and also more safety for the patients. However, the success of these drugs depends on the adherence to the treatment. This is the regularity that have the patient taking the indicated doses in the right moment and for the time required. This becomes a trouble when people cannot buy the entire amount of medication needed, reducing severely the expectancy to survive. In the last decade, the patients have seen an incredible increase of cancer drug prices, not only about the last alternatives, but also in the medication used 10 years ago. This forces them to leave the treatment, act that can bring fatal consequences. This matter seems not be a problem for the pharmaceutical industry, which only show concern about the money and the market. Cancer drug prices are especially high. Costs have almost doubled over the past decade, from an average of $5,000 per month to $10,000 per month. This in Colombian money approaches to spend 20 million each month. The Food and Drug Administration, which is the regulatory agency in the USA, approved in the last year 12 new drugs for various cancer indications. 11 of these were priced above $100,000 per year. There is an estimated that a successful treatment for leukemia requires $120,000 per year. For example, we can see the case of imatinib, molecule developed by the pharmaceutical Novartis at the beginning of this century, with good results in the treatment of some kinds of leukemias and stomach cancer. Imatinib was launched with a price of $30,000 per year, but in the present costs about $90,000 per year. This phenomenon not only affects the cancer drugs, but all the new generation of drugs developed in general, like the case of cardiovascular disease, mental disorders, hypertension, diabetes, or pulmonary problems. Pharmaceutical laboratories argument that the extremely high prices are related with the high cost of research and with the long time required to complete the studies. Also, they say that this medication deserves to be rewarded with high amounts of money because in many cases can save or prolong lives. So, if the labs make effective discoveries for health people, but people cannot access them, who should be responsible for providing this care? Apparently the government, looking to ensure the human rights to health. Obviously this is not the case, at least in our country. In Colombia, since last year we have seen the absence in the market for some of the cheaper medications to treat cancer. When the patent expires, the drug's prices are significantly reduced and ceases to be economically interesting for many laboratories. This forces people to start treatment again, or in the worst cases to abandon completely the treatment. Many researchers note that survival rates are lower in the general population when the drugs hit the market than those numbers reported in clinical trials, which are studies done to a drug in the previous phase to the commercialization. This is most often seen in countries like United States or in South America. On the other hand, we have the case of countries like Sweden, France, Norway or England, where there is no copayment for medicine, and the effectiveness of treatments is much higher. Lowering the prices will improve treatment penetration, increase compliance and adherence to the treatment, and expand the population of patients with cancer who live longer and with a better quality of life. Ironically, as a result of all this, lowering the price would ultimately increase revenues to pharmaceutical companies selling these drugs, because the amount of people provided with this service would increase greatly. In the lack of ethical and moral values shown by the pharmaceutical labs, added to the serious deficiencies presented by the healthcare systems in many countries, it's normal to get worried about the real beneficiaries for the advance of science. We must ask for the true role of science in the society. This knowledge will help to the real needs of people, or the main purpose is increase the profits of people who get rich at the expense of our health. Well, I hope you liked this video and that helped to increase the knowledge of this problem. Goodbye.